What's up, everybody? Let's put this down here, just a little smidge. Might actually need to readjust that. Hold on. I hope this doesn't make a bunch of noise. That. All right. I think that should be good. Let me know, everybody, to Bag Monday. We have mystery bags up in here. Normal spot, a couple from a somewhat normal spot that we go to for once in a while. And then we have one that the OGs will remember. It's like 100-pound, 75-pound bag of T-shirts right here. Makes the house shake when I drop it on the ground. If you remember this bag, actually, the place that I got this bag from is the one where he got all those like tennis T-shirts. Hey, Rob is back in the house. Everybody, Kelsey, good to see you. All-Star, good to see you guys in the chat. If you've never been to one of these, if you've never watched one of these before, let me make sure my power is good. The way this works is I get these rag bags, mostly full of T-shirts from local thrift stores, and we open them up and search them for vintage T-shirts. So that's how it goes. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We have found some pretty amazing T-shirts, like that Grateful Dead tee back there on the wall. Picked that up a few weeks ago out of one of these bags. So you never know what can pop out. So it could be pretty awesome. Ryan's going to tear into some himself. Ryan has been on the channel. We'll have him back soon. And we'll break open some rag bags together on the channel. I probably won't actually be here next Monday either, unfortunately, because I will be in Virginia on vacation. So going to go do a little family reunion. So we may not have it next week unless I find some rag bags in Virginia and do it live there. So we'll see. But anyway, if you want to participate and if you want to potentially win a T-shirt out of one of these bags, you need to join our Discord, which is in the link down below. Go to the channel, guess the T, get the T, pick a T-shirt from the internet somewhere, and drop the link to that T-shirt in that channel, and you'll be entered to win that T-shirt if we pull it out of the bag. So a little bit of fun, a little bit of opportunity. So, how are you guys doing? Let us know in the chat how your thrifting has been. Fourth quarter is about to be upon us. Are you seeing sales increase? I'd love to hear if you sold anything big, if you're having a hard time. Let us know what the conditions are out there so that we can all share that with one another. I'm going to go ahead and dig into some bags because we got a ways to go. I don't want to be here all night long. So, hey, Reagan. Yeah, I'm excited too. These have been sitting. They've been sitting and they've been taunting me in the corner of my office or in the corner of my little cabin warehouse here for a couple weeks now, just begging and pleading to be open. But I told them you have to wait. You have to wait. The place that I get these from also has been the place I've been getting this is from also been like having a hard time putting bags out. It seems like right off the bat, everybody. Okay, best fruit of the loom, Mickey Mouse single stitch Disney tee. That spell out single stitch. Okay, that's dope. Size large on the poly cotton tee. We'll hold on to that one. Low dollar sales picking up big time. High dollar vintage is still stale for you. That's a bummer. Why is the quality so low? Check your settings. Sometimes we have rough internet out here. I live out in the boonies. I use Starlink. Sometimes it pops in and pops out as far as quality is concerned. But let me know if you continue having problems. See if we can help you out. All right, so we're on the board with a little bit of Mickey Mouse. Reg, you might need that. All right, you know how to reach me in the Discord chat. We can work something out, make it easy for you. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. If you guys remember the Grateful Dead T-shirt week, I had heard a rumor that a local big time Deadhead, which apparently like guy that knows the the Grateful Dead, like as an engineer, works on some of their production for the Grateful Dead, left town and apparently got rid of a bunch of stuff. My buddy who knows him sort of as an acquaintance, or it might be closer, but I don't remember. But he said he got rid of stuff, but he didn't know where or how, or like, did he sell it? Did he donate it? Then that day we hit that T-shirt, and so it made me wonder whether or not we had a bunch of Grateful Dead tees on the way. And so far, we went through a week of bags a couple weeks ago and didn't find anything. Okay, all right, this is not that old, but it is like late 90s, early 2000s, I think, probably 2003 and 4. RM says bodyshopmall.com. Says early internet. Pretty dope graphic on the back. On the Delta, no, this is like probably 2006. On the Delta Knit in USA tag, but it's still a cool tee. So we haven't found the Grateful Dead horde that we thought might be popping up. I haven't seen it on the racks there. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in any bags that we've opened or anything. I haven't seen it around town, so we're still at large as to whether or not they're even there. We have a little bit older T-shirt here. This is a Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, Arizona Four Corners Monument tourist tee. That's pretty cool. This is like late 90s, early 2000s as well. Cool tee. We'll hold on to that. Oh yeah, post that Mickey piece in the Discord. Mickey stuff is dope. I sold a couple cool Mickey pieces just recently. Yeah, and if anyone sees a piece in here that they want, let me know. Join the Discord, send me a message. We can work something out most of the time. Randy, last couple weeks, sales slow, then crazy good for a couple of days. So, yeah. Don't you love it when that happens? I swear, sometimes feels like eBay. What is this? Every defect, every day, safety first, quality always. Some like work T-shirt. It's modern. Yeah, sometimes eBay feels like they do that. So I haven't talked about this much, if at all, and I probably should have. But a few months ago, eBay changed. I believe it was when they went from with promoted listings. They went from 1% minimum to a 2% minimum. And I have always done 2% minimum promoted listings on almost all my items, except like real big ticket items that I believe are rare enough to not warrant needing to be pushed ahead of other things. But they rolled this out, and I swear, like the day that it officially rolled out, I went from like 200,000 impressions and views a day, or impressions a day, to 100,000. Like I can show you guys a picture, a literal of the graph of my impressions, and it went, was doing really well, pretty normal, pretty average for the middle of summer. Then all of a sudden, just done, and it was really, really, really strange. I don't know if they changed the way they count impressions or what, but I've had to in order to get back to where I was like a few months ago, I've had to put on like 200 or 300 new items, and average quite a bit more listed, just to get remotely close to what I was getting before. So I don't know if that changed anything. If I need to bump it up to 3%, I don't feel like I'm going to do that, because I just feel like I'm just giving eBay more and more and more money. My sales personally have actually been really, really good, but I've also been listing a lot more stuff. We've been getting a lot of higher quality stuff in. So it's hard to tell whether or not it's just it's the season, or if it's just a larger quantity that I'm getting in. Yeah, promoting is definitely the way you got to go, I think, on eBay, even if it's just a little bit. I don't promote on items that I know are higher in demand and much more rare, um, because it's just in the grand scheme of things, there's not that many. Let's say, well, right now, well, yeah, there's not many like Nike vintage Nike vintage OG Air Force Ones. There's not that many, so I don't really feel like I need to promote those things too much to get the exposure that I need to sell them. Yeah, that's a good idea. Also, I definitely would do it that way. Um, that's crazy, Kelsey. Only one sale all weekend. This weekend was actually really good, but I also had we had football stuff go, so that was a bit of a help. I've also noticed, and this is what I've heard for years from eBay and from eBay resellers, is like one of the biggest factors of getting your items in front of the right buyers is sales conversion rate. So if that's why, like, I noticed this a couple times. I got a bunch of vintage fishing lures a couple months ago. I would sell one, and then the rest of the next 2 days, I would just sell bunches of them, handfuls of them. Then I wouldn't sell them for a month, and then like this last weekend, I sold one, and then I got a bunch of sales. Like it's just like it's a lot, and especially in certain in the same categories. It seems that if you sell something in one category, all your items in that other category get a little bit of a boost as far as impressions and therefore page views. Yeah, sweaters. Yeah, so many sweatshirts and so much sweater inventory just waiting to be sold. Whoa, this guy does not want to be picked up. All right. Yeah, I'm excited. I love the fourth quarter sales. I love selling jackets and coats and sweatshirts and stuff because a lot of times T-shirts and stuff still will sell just fine. I love it because jean. I mean, we've been selling jeans a lot. I sold a bunch of jeans this morning. Jeans are the way to go in the fall for us. So I love that environment and that season. Oh, we got like some sort of Daytona International Speedway T-shirt 2016. NASCAR, probably gonna keep it just because front's not all exciting, but back's all right. All right. On average, how many sales do you usually get during the weekend? Well, that's a good question. Most weekends, I get what? Wait, hold on. What? Let's say poison 00. It's a little bit older of a tag. Looks like poison. It's not a band tee though. Something else. I don't think it's a band tee. But normally I get like it's between like 12 and 20 sales throughout the weekend across all my platforms. So, I mean, sometimes it's obviously better than others. Anything good yet? We didn't get anything crazy good. We got one or two little hits here that are notable. We had this vintage Fruit of the Loom Best Mickey spell out tee, single stitch, sort of on the teal size large, and this sort of like late 90s like body shop hot rod tee. It's kind of cool. Back hit. We're only a bag and a half in, so we've got plenty of time to go. Lots and lots still to look at here. Lots and lots to still to look at. Oh, sweet. Yeah, that Mickey. I just sold a sweatshirt very similar to that with like the multicolored Mickey spell out on the front. The sweatshirt didn't actually have Mickey on it, I don't think, if I remember correctly. So the T-shirt is pretty dope. I think Reagan is interested in it, so she's got first dibs. What is this? We got a National Mills tee. Wet T-shirts belong in the dryer. This is a Virginia Slims wear. Wet T-shirts belong in the dryer. It's vintage, single stitch, extra large on the National Mills tag. I don't know if you can actually see that tag. Some wet T-shirt contest T-shirt, I guess, something like that. It's single stitch and vintage, so hopefully that's a sign that we're going to get some older clothes coming up. But you never know, because that Grateful Dead tee it came out of a bunch of bags, and that was basically the only vintage anything in it. So you really don't ever know. Yeah, that's a win, I think. Whew. So here's a question for the crew and for all you resellers out there that are watching. If you sell on eBay, you're probably familiar, and you have the app. You're probably familiar with the Cracker Jack shirt. That's dope. You're probably familiar with the sound that your phone makes when you get a sale, the little cha-ching sound. So to me, when I'm out and about, I turn it on. Well, pretty much all the time. Turn it on silent mode because I don't want it to be. Hold on. I don't know. They will fly high on wings of eagles. Is that like a Christian band tee or something? Oh, we'll see. But how many of you guys do? How many guys keep that sound rolling no matter where you're at? And how many of you guys put it on silent so that nobody knows that you're a reseller? Really curious. I'm a silent guy. I don't want anyone else knowing that I'm a reseller. I don't want to, I don't want the Goodwill folks or anybody at the store to know. I don't want other resellers to know. Yeah. Got to be incognito. I mean, it's pretty obvious sometimes when I'm like filling up a giant cart or something. It's like, okay, I can't really, make that. Can't really make that look nondescript, but I bring this up. That's true. That's not actually a bad deal to tell people you resell. I just feel so awkward. Well, first of all, it's a little awkward if you walk around and it's like cha-ching, cha-ching. Incognito to yourself. Randy, that's funny. All right, Ryan's a cha-ching, public cha-chinger. Yeah. All right, so it seems like we've got a few people on both sides of the camps. Let's try a bag from the not so normal place. We've bought these bags before, but I bring this up because I was in one of my normal thrifts, actually the Rag House, attached, or it's at the thrift store that's attached to the Rag House that I go to, and I walked in. Oh, this is cool. Single stitch, looks like a homemade deal, but it's pretty nice. Super boxy. Homemade flowers and paints and stuff. It's got a little bit of staining, but we can clean that up. Soup. That's funny. But I walked into the thrift store and I immediately hear the ching. And I'm like, okay, somebody else in here. Like all of a sudden I realized I wasn't alone. Like, that there's competition in here. And so I'm like working around the aisles because I normally check the aisles first. Just to see if anything came out to the floor before headed back to the back. And so I see him. I see where the cha-ching came from. I actually recognize one of the guys. So I'm like, all right, I know who this guy is. I've seen him before. And I don't know who the other two people, ladies were that were like with him or around him. But They start talking about a sale. And they literally give me a price. They or did not give me a price, but they said, "Oh, I just sold this for $219 or something like that." And I was like, "Okay, man." Like, I mean, he had his cha-ching on like really, really loud, so it was like really obvious. Well, later on, I don't know if you guys know you can do this, but when I got home, at some point, when I got home, I did a search. I guess this is probably a little too much. Maybe I went too far, but you can do a search on eBay to look at items near you. And so all I did is I did a search for like items within 50 miles because I kind of knew where these guys probably were from. And I found that I looked and found a sale for $217. And it turns out like I could pinpoint um, where the city that I know these guys are from to the sale, and I could find them out, and like I was able to like look at through all their stuff, and see if they really are competition. Turns out they really aren't. Not for me at least. One lady might be, but um, I don't know. That's probably a little bit beyond like the next step past like Facebook creeping. So maybe that's like not cool to do, but I did it. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I've done it just to kind of see like are other people around me like when things are dry, and I'm out in the country, so there's not a lot of competition in general. But if like I'm not finding vintage stuff, I'm like, okay, is somebody else getting to it before I am? And and I've been able to go on there and say, okay, I can see that there's a handful of people out here, a couple people that know that they're that vintage Levi's are worth something, and they're out there looking for it. It appears. Um, but I think you definitely could. You can use that at least to get an idea of if there's people competing against you. Now, if you're living in a big city, it's a little bit harder because there's just probably gonna be tons and tons of resellers there. But yeah. So if you go to the search a random. What I do is I search just the word vintage, and then I narrow the search down to within 50 miles, and that's pretty helpful. I can basically pull up everybody that's on eBay or near me and whatever they're trying to sell. Love some good stalking. Oh, Reagan, that's right. Yeah, you should do that. I have found, and I'm not kidding. I have found items that not that I purchased or not that I got like people took out of my cart, but I found items that I passed over that people picked up later on and tried to sell, and as they're still probably there to this day because they were just junk. Oh my gosh, Turbo, you've had people approach you after they stalked you on eBay? Wow. Brian, you're not yourself, but your wife is a chinger. That's interesting. I wonder how that tension that must be palatable in your relationship. Because my wife is not a chinger. She doesn't like it. It just feels super awkward. Everyone like looks around at her. She doesn't like it at all. Ryan, that's a good point. That's a good point. I guess maybe I'm not. I think for the longest time I was not so much concerned about other resellers seeing me. I mean, obviously I'm on YouTube, so like I'm fairly visible. If people were, I mean, I've run into people that know me, but like or recognize me. But I always feel like it's a thing about the like the store employees. Like if they find out that I'm a reseller, like they'll be like, not as lenient with me, or they're like gonna be really annoying if like there's a price discrepancy or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just sort of my timid personality in public. But Kelsey just found another belt reseller in your area. Oh man, that sucks. Sorry. I just say, Reagan, that's what I do. I did too. When people ask, they're like, would I buy like lots of stuff? They're like, oh, what are you gonna do with all these like T-shirts or jeans? I'm like, oh, I'm a collector and I sell stuff, because that's true. I'm not lying at all, because I do collect stuff. I mean, you can see I've got Levi's collectibles, but I don't necessarily always want to emphasize that I like hawking all this stuff on the internet. This just feels weird and chintzy to me sometimes, but maybe I'm just wrong. There you go. That's a good work. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, when I buy women's clothes, you guys ever get that? Or if like, I mean, maybe women don't actually feel like this, but I know in men, like for me, when I go and I buy a women's dress or like women's shoes, and I have to check out, and the old lady cashier is kind of like, and I'm like, yeah, they probably fit my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like my wife loves these. Uh, I probably don't even need to say that, but I also don't want to like. I don't want them to be like, "Hey, you're underpricing your items. You should, price this for more." That's kind of what I'm trying to avoid, I think. After hours are my hours. All right, bag number 3. Oh, that's a good one. I used to be super intimidated. I don't know about any of you other men out there. I used to be super intimidated to go look through women's clothes. I just felt like everyone was going to judge me if I walked through the women's section. And I've had women, like older ladies, like be like, "Hey, just so you know, the men's jeans are over here." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Like, yeah, Ryan, that's a great point. I don't disagree with that at all. I probably run into a lot fewer resellers in my general day to day. In fact, the folks that I ran into today, they were checking out or almost checking out as I was coming in. One of them actually runs a thrift store that I buy from, and so he knows that I'm a reseller. I don't know if he recognized me in that moment or anything, or if he even saw me, um, but yeah, they do a little bit on eBay, but not a lot of clothing on eBay. They do most of their clothing, I think, at a thrift store. It turns out what the guy sold while he was in there, by the way, if any of you were like really curious, was a porcelain or like ceramic, it's like painted porcelain, either painted. I gotta go look it up again. It's either painted porcelain or painted ceramic chandelier. It's really cool. It's a really cool little piece. So definitely like a dope piece, and wasn't clothing anything. So it's not like I felt particularly threatened. But it's a really sweet piece. I'm glad he got a good sale. Another question is, how do you guys handle the? So here's the scenario that I often have found myself in. An aisle of, let's say, a bunch of jeans or a bunch of T-shirts. Aisle of T-shirts. You're on one end, somebody else is on the other end, and you guys are working in the same direction. Do you move out of their way, or do you just go and then basically play chicken and get them out of the way? How do you do it? Are you like, do you defer and just move on and hop around them, or do you keep on your path and wait for them to move? Oh, fair enough. That's a good point, Reagan. Good one. The struggle is real for everybody. I feel like if you're a reseller, you just learn to live with the struggle. Not me. I'm drug free. All right, the bags have been pretty weak so far. We're not really that deep into the large amount of bags that we have, but so far, pretty slow. Not a ton of stuff that's super old. A couple of single stitch tees. I'll review that in a minute. Oh, nice. Good sale. Car in front for distance. 6 feet, right? I used to be a, just keep on going down, my way and wait for them to move. But I've realized like I probably can just move around them pretty quick. Quick enough. I used to just be like, nope, this is my aisle. I was here first. You can move around me. I've done that less so, but I'm also in less thrift stores, so that situation doesn't happen to me as often as it used to. The cart block method. Right, Rand, that's a great one. That's a great so I started doing a technique that I used because I have this rule when I'm in a thrift store. I do almost always. I'll just do a quick scan. Do a quick scan as much as of all the areas that I'm gonna be in before I go like piece by piece, just in case I see something. Because what happened to me one time was I saw this. I was in this thrift store. And I actually found some really amazing stuff in there in the past, like a Nirvana sliver tee. I found it in this one thrift store, and I saw on a rack across the way. I saw I believe it was an older Slipknot tee or something that looked like it, and I was like, okay, there's nobody else in the area or like in this section. I'm gonna get through my row and then go and check it out. But just as I said that, put my head down to look at what I was looking at, pop my head back up. Someone else had just grabbed it. So basically, I don't do that anymore. I scan quickly. If I see it, I go straight to it. Don't wait for anything. Don't do the process until you're sure that you didn't. There's nothing obviously sticking out. Collars and sleeves. Anything good yet? Not a lot. We got this dope little Mickey piece, single stitched on the Fruit of the Loom vest. That's really probably the only thing seriously notable. This one. Oh no, wait. We have this one. It's like a single stitch. This T-shirt. Wet T-shirts belong in the dryer. I think it's like a wet T-shirt contest T-shirt. Single stitch on the American Mills tag. So that's a pretty cool little piece. Not a whole lot though, but we have a lot of bags left still. So we're gonna probably do the massive bag at the end. It feels like it weighs 75 pounds. So who knows? I'm still hopeful that we just hit a Grateful Dead like horde somewhere in here. Oh, what is this? We got an older Delta tag, late 90s, early 2000s. Senior week, good times. Oh, this is fun. It's like a senior week. Wait a minute. Is this senior week 2000? So it's 2000. This is a high school senior week T-shirt. And it's alcohol themed. That's incredible. Made in high schools everywhere. I don't know who signed off on that, but okay. That's cool. Yeah, Reagan, because they didn't hear the cha-ching. Keep the cha-ching on there so that they know to stay away from you. No, that's nothing. Yeah. Yeah, you always go to the bins and you can almost tell when at least in my experience, you can always tell who's there for single stitch T-shirts and who's not. I go to the bins down in Little Rock sometimes, And it's like, I can tell there's 5 guys that sit there all day long looking for, all they do is, they're probably only there for vintage T-shirts, because I find all kinds of other vintage gear constantly all around them, and they're not even like they're oblivious to it, because they're only looking for those single stitch T-shirts, which I don't blame them. There's a lot of, obviously a lot of money and hype around them, so why waste time on a bunch of other stuff if you're not really familiar with it. Yeah, it could be helpful to be incognito. "2004 Vermont, where magic happens." We got a 2004 tourist tee. I don't know. That's probably on the border for me. Oh, we got something cool here. Yes, AAA. We just got this T-shirt last week or 2 weeks ago. You guys remember this one? It's the same. It's the same T, size large. Late 90s, AAA tag. Early 2000s, late 90s, AAA. I think it's a Humanities. Yeah, it's a Humanities. That's a good T-shirt. It's not a crazy big sale or anything, but it's probably a $20 bill somewhere down the road. Oh man, you sold the Melvin's tee. It go well for you, I hope. Nifty 50, class of 53. Dang. The class of 53. Whew. Graduated in 53. Long time ago. Still got any? I wonder if he's got any clothes. Maybe these are his donated clothes. We'll get into it. Oh man, Rob, you haven't been to the Benz? Bro, we gotta figure out a way. I'll catch you on one of the trips if I ever go back on a long distance trip, and we'll ride out to one of them. The Benz in Little Rock is like the freaking best, dude. I've been to a number of Benz around the country. None of them as good as the Little Rock Benz, by far. It's just an enormous amount of clothes, and they rotate like constantly. Yeah, there's no Benz in my area. This is as closest to Benz as I get, actually. I had to drive 3 hours to get to the nearest Benz. Actually, that's not probably true anymore. I can probably get to a Benz in less than 2 hours, or 3.5 hours. But the best one is definitely 3.5 hours away. The Benz, yeah, there's a lot of guys in the Oregon area. I mean, that hit Benz and make. I mean, I see some crazy stuff. A lot of guys that northwest in the North Pacific area. It's like just some incredible Benz. I know there's a lot of big resellers, like YouTube guys and girls, that have made their entire channels and careers around those things. The Benz in Vegas ought to be fun. I mean, not the Goodwill Benz. That's interesting. Everyone goes to the Benz and misses out on the thrifts. Interesting. All right. We're going to go back to one of these $4 bags. And let's see if we can pull something out. Slow day. What in the heck is this? It's a bunch of unicorns. Some kid dress. Little girl dress. I don't know. Maybe hold on to it. We got some thermals. Thermal underwear. These are all new. I told the guys at the rag house that I sometimes buy old thermals, and so for like the last few weeks they've been piling up not old thermals, but like just any thermals that they come by, and it's just always waiting for me. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm not buying all of them. I'm just buying the stuff that's like much older. Come on, this place. So it's funny. Almost all of these thrift stores that I got, no, except for the big bag. All of these thrift stores for the smaller bags, when I go to the rag house, I'm mostly digging through their extra donations. So it's interesting to me because I'm seeing some stuff that's like, oh, this is probably, um, I mean, or it's like I'm seeing duplicate shirts and stuff from uh, the same place. But it's interesting to me what makes it into these bags that they make up to sell and what doesn't, because sometimes I'm like, you guys are missing on both ends. Interesting, Ryan. Like there was what was that lady's name that everyone hates that was up there? I don't know if she was in Washington or where she was, but she was pretty big on YouTube early on and was like just like killing it at the bins, just buying all kinds of stuff. What was her name? Anyone remember her name? Everyone hates her. Like everybody hates her. She's like super drama queen. I don't know if everyone hates her, but there's a lot of people that hated her. She like made a subscription box of her used clothes. At one point, I don't remember her name. Anybody got that name? I don't remember. Maybe it's not even worth it. To be honest. All right, so that bag was another dud. Man, it's been a rough one so far. But you guys know this stuff turns around like in a minute. Like I think we didn't get that Grateful Dead tea until like the last bag or two, something like that. All right, let's get back to one of the normal bags. We got 4 more of those. Four more of the normal bags. Hopefully we can find the long lost Grateful Dead horde that's been hidden and waiting for us somewhere. Ooh, smells some smoke. There's not even really, and some of these are just not even like good T-shirts at all. Which I mean that kind of makes sense while they're here, but. Oh wait, Nicole State. That's her. That's the lady I was thinking of. Doesn't everybody hate her? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm mistaken. But I thought she got into lots of YouTube drama. My wife watched her a long, long time ago. Oh, look, we got another one of these. The dog artist collection. We pulled one of these out a while back. I'll probably keep it. It's kind of rough. We got a Mickey Mouse Modern Disney World tee. I might keep that. Try to sell that for a couple bucks. It's probably not worth a ton, but it's a nice, clean T-shirt, branded well. I already own it, so why not? Yeah, that's true. That's definitely not one of the fun parts of the bins. What in the heck? What the heck is that? Furious. Looks like it's Y Chrome. I don't think that's anything, but we have a jerseys tag, and it's just a blank single stitch, size large, blue. It's a blank for the blank box. Got that. We've been stacking up on blanks lately. Oh, we got another. Oh, this is kind of cool. We got a national tee, 50/50, size large, single stitch. It's just this like sort of translucent or kind of shiny. The Ozarks T-shirt, which is kind of where as well. That's where we live. I live in the Ozarks. That's a dope tee. It's not anything like worth a ton of money or anything, but it's a cool looking tee, that's for sure. On an old tag. Got an older Fruit of the Loom here. But this is just one of those undershirts, single stitch. Probably going to hold on to that. They don't print as well as the other ones do because they're just supposed to be undershirts. But it looks like we're hitting a patch of a little bit older stuff here. So hopefully, let's see if something else. Here's another old tee on the Screen Star's Best. Anyone from Idaho? I love Idaho. Single stitch, tourist tee, skiing, Upper Priest Lake, Boise, Lost Trail. All these. That's pretty cool. It's got a little bit of, I don't know if that's a blood stain or something or what, but it's gonna have to get washed. Pretty cool tee. Oh man, also that'd be great. I should. I've been donating them over to the Rag House. And the problem with the garage sale is if I set up a garage sale, I have to haul everything into town because ain't nobody coming out here for a garage sale. Oh, we got a Disney princess hooded towel. My daughter will love that. We'll leave that for her. But that's a pretty good idea. I probably should do something like that. All right, let's see what else. We had a little bit of a little, yeah, tourist tees sell. That's for sure. Oh, we got I think we had well, technically, I think it's a vintage NASCAR tee, but my goodness, that is well worn and not a whole lot going on. I'm not going to probably end up holding on to that one. Nope. Nope. Oh, this is kind of cool. We got a Blue Angels tee. No idea if it's vintage, but it's Boeing, like a Boeing branded Blue Angels tee. But it's got like, I don't know if that's mold or something, so I'm gonna have to see that. I'll clean up. That's cool tee. Not vintage, I don't believe, but doesn't always have to be vintage to be dope. So that's certainly true. Oh man, yeah. Once they realize it's worth money, like sometimes it can be hard, like because they want to hold on, especially like real collectors. They want to hold on to it for some rainy day down the line. How many of you guys go to thrift stores run by like like uh like humane societies or like pet adoption places? Those always to me smell the absolute worst. Like there's this one thrift store in town, and it's also like it's got a thrift store that supports the dog adoption uh, uh, facility that they operate, and it just smells so bad, like constantly. Right, that's a great idea. $1 T-shirt sale. I've got hundreds of T-shirts, so you should be able to lose. You should be able to make some money. All right, here we go. We have 3 more bags from the main spot, and then we have the big like 75-pounder that's like packed to the brim. Hopefully, we can find something. Well, nope, not as old as I thought it might be. We have a Jesus tee of sorts. It's not vintage, or at least it doesn't look very old. Yeah, this is not that old, so I don't know if I might hold on to it for a minute, but I don't think it'll stay. I don't think it'll stay. But I really felt like we would hit after we hit that one Grateful Dead tee. Felt like there had to be something else somewhere, and at this thrift store, like who just has the one super dope like wild looking Grateful Dead tee? Like it just seems a little bit unusual to me. I don't know if they're like they like caught onto it in the back and decided to hold on to the rest to sell some other way or what. But we got a hang loose tee Hawaii. We'll hold on to that one. It's not vintage, but I have a feeling about it. Olympia Wrestling 2006. I don't. It's not that old. Oh, that's what? Here's a blank I've never seen before. There's Wrangler has a company or a sub line or a sub company called Chic, and they make jeans, like women's high rise jeans. This is the first time I've ever seen a Chic blank, and it's made in USA. It is double stitched, which is weird because I did not think they were producing stuff. Oh, it looks like they're owned by Russell Corp. What in the heck? Are the t-shirts manufactured by Russell? It's a blank. This is interesting. It's a blank that has Russell Corp on the back on the label as if they're the owners. But Chic was owned by, at least one point, was a Wrangler or a Bluebell, a Wrangler subsidiary. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Interesting. Hold on to that one. Go to the blank box, but still, it's part of my research. Today, somebody sent me a really interesting picture of a pair of jeans. They were LL Bean, like vintage LL Bean jeans, but their tags and like the way they were constructed look just like, I mean, they're identical to vintage Lee, like 80s and 90s vintage Lee denim jeans. And so I wasn't aware that they had done anything with LL Bean up at that point. But they used it looked like the same tagging system, the same like date system, the same system for identifying where the denim itself came from. And so I just got pictures of this, and it seems super wild. I've never seen that, but it's definitely going to suck me down a rabbit hole here in the next few weeks, trying to figure out what the connection is. I love Chic too, actually. I think it's how you pronounce it, is Chic. I believe that's how they pronounce it. They make some actually really good, and like make some really good alternatives to like in the high rise women's, sort of tapered fit high rise women's department. They make some really good alternatives in that department. They sell for a fraction of what Levi's does, but the quality is plenty good, and the fit is really good too. Is that a single stitch? No. Oh, come on. It's like, it's so annoying when you hit a couple of good tees or a couple of hopeful things and it just goes, the trail goes dead. It's like, who are you just donating this a little bit? It's a single stitch? Oh, no, it's not. Who is this person with a handful, just like one or two vintage t-shirts? I guess that's probably a lot of people. Probably way more people than I think it is. I mean, not everyone is like us and just has piles of single stitch t-shirts all over the place. What I did notice, yes, that SNL mom jeans skit is the best. Super hilarious, so good. I put it on the thumbnail when I did a video on Levi's mom jeans. Yeah, it could be Chicks. I don't know. I thought Chic would made a little bit more sense, but nobody officially has ever said the name to me. So who knows? All right, 2 more bags from the normal spot. We're piling them up here. We're at 54 minutes. I really hope I can, this will be worth your guys' time hanging out. Watch, what's that? No, nothing. Hopefully we find something cool, or at least something weird. Something weird is always fun. One time, long time ago, we pulled out a t-shirt, the Church of Scientology t-shirt. It was like about this building they built down in like Panama City or something, somewhere down there, Pensacola maybe. Yeah, it's like this building they built down in Pensacola in like the 90s, and it was a single stitch. I think it was a single stitch t-shirt of that. like a promotional bit on it, and it just seems super super weird, and it's sort of bizarre. Like, why would you make a T-shirt of this? And I didn't know. Then the Church of Scientology was all about like that kind of promotion or whatever. I listed it and it sold in like an hour for like $60. If it's made in USA, it's a T-shirt. It's most likely vintage, most likely, particularly from one of those brands, as T-shirts manufacturing was heavily outsourced after or into the by the early 2000s. Most of it had been moved out, so it's unlikely that you'll find a modern T-shirt made in the USA. It's just not a very common thing. It's, I guess in some cases it'd be possible, but I don't think so for Lee. All right, come on. We're getting down to it. The nitty gritty. We need to find something. Rummage sale. First weekend of October. Can I come up? I actually don't know what I'm doing that first weekend of October, but I might drive up, join you guys. Bayside tags. Oh, Bayside tags, that is true. I did forget about the Bayside tag, the infamous Bayside tag that throws everybody off because it's made in USA. Beware of the Bayside tag. Some of them are vintage, and Bayside is like one of the only T-shirt manufacturers left. But if it says Lee, it shouldn't actually say that, or it shouldn't actually. It's most likely not vintage. Yeah, Rob. I don't know. I could. It's possible. I have my anniversary the third week of October, so I don't know. Maybe my wife and I will move it up or something. We'll go early and maybe stop by. All right, here we go. Last bag from the normal spot. Then we hit the big 75-pounder. Got some towels right off the rip. Those out of the way. Hey! Made in USA. Hard Rock Cafe Orlando. Double stitch. Probably late 90s on this guy. Got a Hard Rock Cafe tee to kick us off. That's a good sign. And another one, actually. Look at that. This is actually not made in USA, but that might be because Jolly Rancher. What? Jolly Rancher rocks tour at the Hard Rock Cafe? Huh. That's an interesting one. Another late 90s little piece here. I've not ever even heard of that. Jolly Rancher rocks tour. That's cool, though. I've had a number of those sort of more obscure Hard Rock Cafe T-shirts, like different exclusive prints that they did for like different bands or different tours or something. Not ever seen that one though. So that's not a bad start. Hopefully that will be more indicative of the rest of these bags. Come on. Come on. Let's see more single stitch. Hard Rock Cafe. Hey, look at that. Freeport, Bahamas. T-shirt's clean too, I think. Yeah, it's real clean. Got a bunch of Hard Rock Cafe. This one is actually single stitch on the Fruit of the Loom Best tee. 50-50. Nice. Saved by the Bell. That's funny. And true. Oh, look at this. This is cool. I don't know. how old this is. I think it's old. Was it double stitch? We have Mind the Gap for all my English fans or from the across the pond. This is probably a little tourist piece from taking their subway trains or their train system where you're supposed to mind the gap, watch your step, basically. Um, I don't know if it's vintage or not. It definitely looks older, so that's cool. Somebody who donated went to England or something. It's actually it's officially got an official underground subway tag from the authority, whatever organization runs all that stuff. Kind of cool. So somebody looks like they've done some traveling. Like to go to the Hard Rock Cafe. Maybe there's a Hard Rock Cafe T-shirt from London in here somewhere. We got something else. What is this? Hanes Heavyweight Made in USA on the double stitch. Some like teddy bear, fairy tale, sleep time, some or other precious moment looking thing. We're coming out of the end of this bag. I don't see the Hard Rock Cafe London. Bummer. Bummer. All right, that's the end of that bag. Handful of Hard Rocks. That's pretty cool. Everyone getting your Hard Rock Cafe guesses in. Sorry, there wasn't anything there. Pick me a custom Prices Right tee. Dude, that's going to be a whole new genre of vintage, like homemade Prices Right tees. Everyone, that one will be dope. Everyone will start collecting those. All right, let's get to the big bag, ladies and gentlemen. Might be, yeah, definitely. We used to buy these bags a lot. I don't go the direction that this place is anymore, or at least very often. Went there. Fake me out for just a split second. Got an MTV T-shirt. Not that important. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I see something that. Oh. Honestly, okay. I don't know what this is, but it looks super familiar. I see lightning. Right here in the corner, I see lightning. If anybody, I'm going to tell you that I see lightning. I'm going to give everybody a second. If you want to go put a second guess in on the Guess the T Get the T game of a lightning T-shirt, put it up there. I don't. It may not be vintage at all. It may not be anything, but it just looks. The colors and the lightning look very familiar. Go lightning Metallica. Or, yeah, that's probably true. So, I'm gonna give you guys a second. If you guys want to drop another guess on the Guess the T Get the T game in the Discord, drop it in there. It's even got the right fade that I would expect, but I'm gonna see what you guys are guessing. Tampa Bay jersey. It's definitely a cotton T-shirt. I'm not gonna tell you my guess because I can actually see it, and I have an idea of what I think it is. All right, I'm not gonna. Hold on. I'm not gonna keep looking at it. I'm just gonna let you guys do it. Something with lightning. I see this. I see lightning bolts on it. I see lightning bolts in like blue. It looks like, well, the lightning reminds me of some of the American Thunders. So I don't know if you guys want to. There's a lot of American Thunders out there. So there's some good guesses there. I mean, that could all. That all looks like it, the stuff that's on the Discord right now looks very much like what it could be. It could be nothing, guys. It could be completely wrong. This is not a vintage T-shirt, but it's black with lightning streaks on it. At least one or two I can see from here. All right, just like one more minute, and we're gonna open it up. I mean, there's a lot of lightning T-shirts, but who said it's either Metallica or American Thunder? Jeremy's got Tiger, American Thunder. Salem Sports Lightning Tee. Remember, if you want to actually enter in the game, you got to put put your link in the Discord channel. Oh, you guys got some really dope lightning tees up there right now. All right. I'm not actually counting down officially. Here, I got the time. I think Sting did have a lightning tee, but I watch it be high school T-shirt. Oh, that's so true. Watch it be a high school. It's got lightning on it. So, all right, here we go. We're at 30 seconds. I'm gonna go. Wait, so what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull it out. I'm not gonna look at it. So make sure I grabbed it. All right, I'm not gonna look at it. I'm gonna open it up for you guys and let you guys see it first. Oh, that's not the top. What is it? It's not the. I don't know. Oh. All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, snap! Yo! Oh! Ah! 2007. It's a reprint. I just saw the corner of like this lightning right here. We didn't battle tonight. I mean, did anyone guess that T-shirt? I don't think anyone did. But who said it? Who said it's either Metallica or who said it's either Metallica or Harley Davidson? All-Star. You're absolutely right. It's Metallica, but it's not actually. I mean, it's just a reprint. It's kind of a smaller, but man, it looks. They did a pretty freaking good job getting the fade and stuff right. 2007. Dang. Well, hold on. Hold on. That may not be too crazy. Maybe there's a huge bag. That was like right on the top too. So, maybe. Let's see if there's more. Yeah, the fade is super sick. Very surprised as 2017. Maybe I just no. It's double stitch. You can actually, I mean, you can see that. So that's clearly not the original. All right, so somebody in here is a big old music fan because there are a bunch of MTV T-shirts. Not that any of them are actually valuable. Another tee with a decent fade. What is this? Orange County Choppers tee. Does anyone have any luck with Orange County choppers? I feel like I've sold some in the past and done okay, but whoa, snap. We got a Depop banger, everybody. Does anybody know anything about this t-shirt, this design? Looks like big time Depop banger tee. All right, okay, we're feeling pretty good. We got, what is this? Oh, Mitch Lucker. Who is that? Who does he play for? This t-shirt's ragged. I mean, he passed away. I'm trying to remember. Some metal band. I can't remember who that is. Oh, okay. This is back. Okay, this bag is back. Check it out. We got that vintage Hooters. St. Peter's Mo. All right, we're like just at the tippy top of this bag. I'm feeling good. All right, we got a bunch of tie-dye. I'm actually going to keep it. There's a bunch of tie-dye in here. I don't think any of it is actually vintage, but I've sold all kinds of tie-dyes for plenty of money, even if they're not vintage. Don't know what this is, like a lottery t-shirt or something. I don't know. Yeah, so look at all this. Maybe this is all this tie-dye. I mean, I could just lot it up possibly. Oh man, that sucks. All right, Diesel Fragrance, the brand Diesel t-shirt. Got like, unfortunately, it's got like paint on it. I'd probably be able to sell it though if it were not painted. Oh, we got that crazy Scarecrow tee. More Depop fodder. This is not the Mountain, is it? It's totally off their. Halloween's coming up, so this t-shirt will be good. Oh, 10 large. Oh, 10 large shirts. For some reason, I thought you said 10 large bags. Then, man, but still, that's great. It's funny to me, and I know. Oh, we got a Harley tee. Pig Trail. That's 2015. That's not that crazy. More tie-dye. Be kind. This is probably a little bit more of like a corporate. That's probably how I actually died. Oh, this is sick. Got this dope Savannah, Georgia tee with the peace signs. That's actually a pretty sick shirt. Yeah, it's not vintage. Not really, not this older, but not vintage. What is this? Nothing. You've sold the Savannah, Georgia one? We got a Bruno Mars tour tee. 24 Karat Magic. World Tour. Tour tees sell. So we definitely have like somebody into music. So band tees could come up here. Got a Cincinnati tee. City of Cincinnati. Maybe is it the University of Cincinnati. I think it's an older one. Here's another vintage feeling tee. Olympia Sport. Don't know. It's a real boxy tee, so it's definitely a vintage style. Ooh. Oh, more music tees. We got Khalid, the Free Spirit Tour 2019. Sick. Yeah, we're like in. Oh, here's a good one, or here's a cool one. We got this dope Las Vegas tee, single stitch. Oh, the Scarecrow tee. Yeah. This is a sick one. All right, this is getting fun here. And there's still so many tees. And these are like packed. We've got an Army tee. It is not that old. Oh, man. Feeling... Man, come on. A few more metal tees. Come on, some band tees up in here. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've had, like... Has it been a minute? Well, I guess we had the Grateful Dead as a band tee. Never mind. Oh, here's a vintage... Tags cut out, but it's sleeveless. Been cut sleeveless. But the design's kind of dope. Bunch of white tees. We got a Jamaica tee up in here. Another sleeveless tee. Cut it up. Jamaica's tourist tee. Pfizer. Man, I kind of wish this wasn't sleeveless. They take the tag out too. Oh, a bunch of sleeveless tees. I'm going to be upset if there's like a really good one here. Horseshoe Casino. This guy, whoever's cutting these sleeves off, they like their horses. All this several things here been horse. Who cuts a Henley sleeveless? Okay. I don't know. We got a vintage Kentucky Derby tee, but it's sleeveless. I know, sleeveless tees. Ugh. I mean, I get it, but like, so sometimes it's such a bummer. Single stitch camo tees. I don't buy them actually, but that doesn't mean they're not worth anything. Mostly, it's just been my preconceived notion that they're not worth anything that has kept me from buying them. So yeah. Rob said you said you sell them all the time or sell them. Yeah, I believe that. I believe it for sure. I just not something I've ever really attempted to do, to be honest. Oh, come on. Oh, this is pretty cool. We got that late 90s Eminem tee, early 2000s on the Delta tag, size large. Eminem's brand. That's a pretty good tee. Decent. Interesting. Jersey camo tees. I just don't think I've ever, like, every time I see them, maybe because I see them pretty often, maybe I've been missing out on all this money this whole time. I just never thought to think, oh, somebody really wants this single stitch tee versus, a modern camo tee. All right, come on. There's still a lot of tees in here, a lot of garments in here. I want to find that friend. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's sick. Okay, this is cool. I wish the graphic were doper. But we got an LA Gear tag. It's street hiking. It says LA Gear. Wait. Yeah, street hiking. Like a sleeveless, like sweatshirt deal. That's pretty sick. So 90s. Come further down in this bag. Oh, what's this? What is this? Panama City Beach? No. Puerto. Some Mexican tourist tea. Don't know if I'm gonna keep that. I'm not sure. Oh snap! What? I think double stitched, collars small though, tag removed. Disney World embroidered tee. Walt Disney World embroidered tee. I can't tell if it's like a bootleg or what, but it feels like it's vintage. It's got the 100% cotton feel. The neck, the collar's huge, which is larger. Another one is Olympia Sport tees. Here's something else. Oh yeah, we got a Puerto Rico tourist tee. Definitely on older material. Come on, what we got here? What do we see? Yes, I'm gonna show you the front. Yes, show you the front side. Harley Davidson, 1993 on the Hollowbeck, made in USA. 1991 on the front, but check out the back. Boom. Yes. Single stitch. Yes, 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 yes. All right, we got a banger on board, a legit old banger. Justin found Type 3 Levi's denim jacket with no hand warmers, 3-digit code on button. Is that vintage? Yes, Justin. The 3-digit code was really only used prior to 1981 on those Type 3s, so you're in good shape. It should be at least 70s, could be a bit earlier. Or could maybe not. I'm trying to remember if it's there's. I don't think I've ever seen a 3-digit in the 60s. Yeah, Depop is really hit or miss for me. Hey, we got some Grand Rapids up in the house. I've had some great times in Grand Rapids. Um, Great times in Grand Rapids. I one time camped out downtown in the on an island in the Grand River next to that downtown train bridge for 2 weeks. When I was a vagabond. All right, so sick. We got a dope Harley tee. I'm feeling good. Makes up for the fake out of earlier. But we, who knows? That could still pay off. There might be still some older metal T-shirts in here. There's still a lot of T-shirts to go. What do we have here? Black tee, single stitch. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Harley. We're killing it. Well, it's Daytona Bike Week, but 1990. What? Take a ride on the wild side. Single stitch on the old Tennessee River tag. Yes, yes, yes. We are killing it. The Sand Dollar Pub. Harley out in force. Let's see. There's another black tee right here. Come on, 3D emblem. Old Hanes tag. I'll check it out. We got a vintage Bourbon Street on the old early 80s, late 70s Hanes tag. It says it's size medium. It's definitely very small these days. Okay. All right. Now we're hitting our stride here. Come on. A couple more. Give me a 3D emblem. Give me a 3D emblem. We've got a vintage single stitch Calvin Klein t-shirt. That's dope. We're hitting it now. Vintage t-shirts left and right. All mixed in. Another sleeve. Why would you cut this into a sleeveless? Why? It's not even. Can't make that any. Can't make that manly. Maybe a woman did it. I don't know. All right, come on. We still got quite a bit of t-shirt here. It's quite a few t-shirts to go through. Is what I mean. No, okay. No. No. Nope. I mean, I'm pretty happy if that's what all we end up with are those 2 T-shirts. I mean, the Metallica T-shirt will actually probably sell decently, even though it's not the original. Man, that was a ride, though, wasn't it? Woo-hoo. Come on, let's give us one more. One more, we'll be happy, and we'll go to bed tonight, content and happy. I'm not going to bed content and happy either. We got a bunch of Hanes, modern Hanes, undershirts, tons of them actually. Still quite a few tees left in here, so nothing is sticking out to me though right now, like just like staring at me. So who knows? All right, let's see. How much did the Mondo bag cost? It was $10. Not bad at all. I need business to do a story on Land of the Free Tees. Like, why do they exist? Why? I actually know. Well, I don't know a lot about it, but they were given away after 9/11, after the war in Afghanistan or in Iraq kicked off, and it was like you got one for making a donation to the Wounded Warrior Project or something like that. So they made a lot of them because they got a lot of donations and shipped them out, and then obviously there's all the stuff that was extra, but it had to do with giving money towards some veterans cause, and then you got one of those T-shirts in return. That's one of the reasons why they're out there. I think Bid Stitch or somebody, maybe it was Drew, did a story on them at one point. Made in the USA, heirloom wares. Laurel Mercantile. Hold on to that just for a second. We'll see. All right, we're actually getting down to the bottom of here. Looks like it cooled off. Looks like we're gonna probably finish it out without anything crazy. We'll do a little recap here. September 11th, 2001. So yeah, this looks like this bag's gonna wrap up without giving us anything else. But we did get a few big hitters in this bag. I'm gonna have to go back down there, try to find out if they have any more. But that is the bag right there, ladies and gentlemen. It is over. Let's do a recap. Yeah, we got the single stitch Calvin Klein T-shirt. It's pretty dope. I'm gonna hold on to these. Well, we have the vintage late 70s, early 80s Hanes tag Bourbon Street single stitch tee. I'm gonna hold on. We'll put those to the side. We got the Walt Disney World vintage T-shirt, embroidered T-shirt. We got the M&M's big old T-shirt, late 90s, early 2000s. Let's see what else we got here. We've got this dope vintage single stitch Las Vegas tee. Let's see what else we got. We have a couple of these Olympia Sports. I don't know anything about that brand or anything. Let's see what other highlights we had here. We had the big fake out. Metallica Ride the Lightning T-shirt, though it's not the original. It is the repro from 2007, unfortunately. We got this Mind the Gap T-shirt. I'm not sure if it's vintage or not. It doesn't feel super vintage, but we'll see. We've got this interesting Jolly Rancher X Hard Rock Cafe T-shirt. We got a couple Hard Rocks here. Hard Rock Orlando. We have Hard Rock Freeport Bahamas. We got. Let's see what else we got. Of note, we got this Mickey Mouse vintage Mickey stick T-shirt on the teal. Let's see anything else that was particularly. This was a cool one. You can kind of see it's kind of It's the Ozarks vintage single stitch T-shirt, mountain range or sort of mountain range where I live. Let's see what else we got here. We got this 2000 alcohol themed senior week T-shirt, tie dye. We got this wet T-shirts belong in the dryer, like single stitch vintage tee. All that dust. All right, and then we have a couple more, and then we'll get to the big ones, the big finds. We got this Humanities Wolf T-shirt. It was sick on the AAA. I think that's about it for in terms of highlights. Let's show you the two big boys that we pulled out. We got this vintage 1990 Daytona Bike Week T-shirt, single stitch. Take a ride on the wild side. And we got probably the best tee of the night. The Hollowback Genuine American Motorcycles Harley tee with the dope engine back hit. Single stitch, Hollowback size. Large, super sick T-shirt right there. Definitely dope. That takes care of a lot. This is a lot of bags, a lot of clothes, but pretty sick. Well, one shirt paid for the whole pile. How much do I estimate I had in the bags for? 10, probably somewhere around 50, 60 bucks. So, yeah, something like that. Probably 60 bucks or so. So yeah, I think I definitely, maybe not one. This T-shirt might do it. This T-shirt might get me 60. I could see that for sure. But yeah, I think we could probably do that one for sure. That's true. If it's like the way I started it when we first started this experiment was like I just wanted it to pay for itself and see some cool T-shirts. And so when it started to pay for it more than itself, that was like a whole new level. And so plenty happy. Silent Tiger, bless you. Thank you for being here. Would I say that Calvin Klein is the same realm as? No, I wouldn't actually. Tommy Hilfiger is probably a step above in most cases, mostly because they got so synonymous with hip hop culture for a while that they just had a hold on that realm of culture that's still super strong today. And Calvin Klein never got that loud. They're a little bit, little irrelevant. Even when the vintage stuff started really kicking back up. Like they haven't had quite the success Tommy Hilfiger has had, culturally speaking. Plus the views and content. That's right. Do you do these live? I do, Brian. Do almost every Monday. Obviously, I didn't do it last week because of the holiday, and I won't be doing it next week because of vacation. But other than those types of situations, I'm here every week, every Monday. So, I do like vintage Calvin Klein jeans are fantastic. Actually, I mean they're quality wise they're up there. They did a good job on their jeans. It's just culturally relevancy, and therefore how that translates to pricing. Like doesn't typically price as well as Tommy Hilfiger does, at least recently. So, but I'm actually about to get. I'm deciding which one, but I'm going to order a Tommy Hilfiger autograph poster. I'll be back there at some point here. Do I think the car craze is calming down? Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. I don't actually think it is. I don't think it is calming down. Or at least it probably won't calm down until for another a year or so. Because, thanks, Brian. Because I think we're gonna have the winter season and Carhartt's strong in the winter season too. Now, will double fronts be popular forever? I doubt it. It's really funny to me that double front pants are as like, it's really funny that double front pants are like super in right now, or people are actually interested in them because back in like 2006 and 2007 and 8, when I was like hitchhiking and riding freight trains, all of like the punks and all of the crust kids, we all wore double front Carhartts. That was like the coolest thing to do is wear double front Carhartts. Like take them in, make them look, tighten them up a bit, and when you were getting on freight trains, you always had double front Carhartts. I mean, I wouldn't even like walk around in the double front Carhartts and travel in them, except if we were riding trains. So I'd always have them in my backpack and we'd throw them on. It's just funny to me that they're like all the rage right now, or they have been recently. Yeah, that's fair. It is. I just sold a pair of double fronts that were pretty beat up for like $70 to somebody in New York. I didn't buy them very often because I guess I caught on kind of late to the fad, and I just sort of was in disbelief that people were like that interested in double fronts. I was definitely oversaturated because, and it's funny because I guarantee if you look a bit hard enough, you could find double fronts for way better price than some of these kids were paying. But it was just always funny to me that double fronts were so cool again because we thought they were cool like 20 years ago. Yeah, Brian, I know. I've thought that ever since we first started talking. It does seem a little too familiar. I mean, I was kind of traveling all around that area, Ohio, Michigan, a little bit of Pennsylvania. Yeah, stupid fly. I feel that. Um, I mean, I can probably pick up double. I mean, I don't find double fronts that often out here, that aren't like really just destroyed to death. But um, when I do, they tend to go. Uh, I know hobo code. Like at least I think I do. The hobo code that I learned. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of Carhartt like out here. There's plenty of Carhartt. I don't seem to find double fronts as often as I thought I would. But I mean, I have tons of Carhartt jackets just sitting waiting. So waiting to move. I actually just got a return today, but it'll probably sell pretty quick. It's getting cold. Carhartt jackets pretty timeless staple. I don't know if it'll go down as like infamous as like the 501 or something, but it'll probably be around for a long time. It's just a good looking jacket. So, all right, well, guys, I've got to go put my kids to bed and such. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys next. Well, we won't be here next week, but I have some videos coming out. We are going to be putting out the vintage Wrangler video this month. It's coming. Until then, check out my latest short about this Nike pinwheel tracksuit that I have that I'm selling. It's really cool. We're gonna do we have a long form video coming out probably in the next week or so on that. It's pretty interesting, interesting Nike information. So, all right, guys, we'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Peace.